go into our first game. First of all, excuse my voice, as today it will be a little bit groggy due to last night's shenanigans, as it was New Year's Eve and into New Year's. So, on that front, Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope you had a good one, and I hope you had a wonderful night. So here we go into the game. So Cody chooses to go first. He plays an island, taps it for a phantasmal bear. And that's something that's nice about illusion decks, is they're able to get a bit of a higher damage out earlier, right? Because they are, you know, handicapped by their inability to stay out when targeted by spells and abilities. So he then goes for a second turn, taps an island, pulls a ponder out, does the pondering thing. He plays a second island and then attacks with his phantasmal bear. Jeff plays an Inkmoth Nexus, which is some trouble. It's flying for 1/1 Infect. He taps 2, and he's got 2 possible Infectors with the Plague Stinger. Back to Cody's turn. He untaps his islands. He gets ready to go. And Cody taps another island, plays a second Phantasmal Bear. He taps one for a Vapor Snag to put the Plague Stinger back into Jeff's hand and give him 1 more damage to put him to 17. And then he attacks again with his Phantasmal Bear to put him down to oh, never mind. So he takes the 2, and then he uses Mutagenic Growth to get rid of one of his Phantasmal Bears due to it not being able to be affected by spells and abilities. Puts down a second Inkmoth Nexus, and things are beginning to look not all that great. He taps 1 to down a Glistener Elf. He uses 1 Inkmoth Nexus to animate the other and swing for 1 poison in the air. Cody takes the 1 poison, and Jeff ends his turn. Cody untaps his islands. Cody taps 2 islands for a Phantasmal Image, who copies the Phantasmal Bear. Chump blocks the Phantasmal Bear with the Glistener Elf, bring him down to 1/1. 1 for another Glistener Elf. Moth Nexus becomes animated again. For another 1 poison, bring him to 2 poison. Back for 1 again. Jeff takes the damage. Goes down to 14. Puts a forest down. Jeff taps 4. Puts down a Hand of the Predators, a very, very deadly card in Infect decks. He then counters it with a Psychic Barrier, killing the Hand of the Predators, stopping that very, very powerful card. Cody swings with his 1/1 Phantasmal Bear, blocks it with his Glistener Elf to kill the Phantasmal Bear and the Glistener Elf. Taps 3, plays the Phyrexian Crusader. He animates his Nexus and takes 1 more poison on Cody, putting 4 for a Birthing Pod. Taps 2 to animate the Nexus and swing for 2 and 2 first strike. He did 1 more poison, bringing Cody up to 4. Brings out the Lord of the Unreal, who's not giving anybody any bonuses because it swings for 2 with the Crusader. Cody chump blocks with the Lord of the Unreal, and he puts out the Core Prowler. Sacks the Core Prowler, proliferates on his poison counter, gets to use the Birthing Pod to look for something, and he puts out Skittles. The Black Infecting Dragon. End of the first game. And here we go into the second game. Jeff keeps his hand, and so does Cody. Plays his first island, takes 2 life to use Gitaxian Probe and look into Jeff's hand. It's Corpse Curve, Tez's Gambit, a Black Sun Zenith, a Go for the Throat, Glistener Elf, Forest, and a Swamp. He taps 1, plays a Phantasmal Bear, and that's the end of his turn. Jeff draws his card, plays a Forest, taps it, and plays a Glistener Elf. So 2 very, very standard first turn plays, 1 for illusions and 1 for poison with the Glistener Elf. Cody taps 2 and plays the Lord of the Unreal, which makes his Phantasmal Bear hexproof and also gives him a +1/+1. So he blocks with the Glistener Elf when attacking with the Phantasmal Bear, which gives him a -1/-1 counter, which would usually put him to 1/1, but instead will put him to 2/2 because of the Lord of the Unreal. Okay, Jeff plays a Swamp and turns it over. Cody plays an Island, and then attempts to attack with both the 2/2 Phantasmal Bear and the 2/2 Lord of the Unreal. Jeff goes for the throat of the Lord of the Unreal, but Cody uses a mana leak to stop him. So they both go through after all, for 4 damage. Jeff plays an Inkmoth Nexus, and then takes some Phyrexian mana damage to use Tez's Gambit to draw 2 cards. And proliferate on the Phantasmal Bear, bring him down to 1/1 now. Cody plays a 4th island, and taps 3 of them for a Grand Architect, which gives other blue creatures +1/+1. He then swings with both of them, and Jeff takes the damage. 5 damage. Jeff plays another swamp, and feeling the pressure, he plays Black Sun Zenith for 2, puts 2- counters on everything. Lord of the Unreal stays as a 1/1. The Grand Architect is a 0/1. Cody plays an island, taps 2, puts down Oculus, and swings for 1 with Lord of the Unreal. Taps 2 with Throne of Geth. Allows him to sacrifice permanents and proliferate. His Psychic Barrier to stop him from playing a Phyrexian Crusader. Back to Cody's turn. Swings for 3. He sacrifices his own Throne of Geth to proliferate on both of the Grand Architect and the Lord of the Unreal to kill them both. And he takes damage from the Oculus. He taps 4 for Corpse Cur. The Corpse Cur resolves, and Jeff returns a card to his hand. He makes Inkmoth Nexus and swings, and gets a poison on him. Blocks the Oculus, lets him draw a card. He plays an island, and now it's Jeff's turn. Cody's side of the battlefield is completely cleared at this point, which is a real change from the beginning of the game. Jeff taps 2 for Spear of the Suns, taps another 3 for Phyrexian Crusader, which is Psychic Barrier. Takes damage from that as well as losing his Phyrexian Crusader. Animates the Nexus and swings with the Nexus and the Corpse Cur, taking up to 4 poison. Makes the Inkmoth Nexus and swings for 3 more poison. He gets a blue mana. Draws 2 cards, proliferates on the poison counter. Cody taps 2 for Oculus again. Back over to Jeff's turn. Good. 2 for Contagion Clasp, and kills the Oculus. Lets him draw 1 card. Proliferates with the Contagion Clasp, more poison. Animates Inkmoth Nexus and swings with both for the game. Hi guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're running a poison or illusion deck, maybe you learned something. But of course, first and foremost, I hope you just had a good time watching it. I want to let you know about something new to the channel. If you scroll down to the very bottom of the channel page, you'll find a moderator module, which will allow you to have some interaction and maybe some power over what we look at. So for the Spell Spotlight, I've asked what card you'd like to see. So go ahead and check that out. Type in your ideas for that, and maybe you'll see your idea up soon on cards or on Spell Spotlight. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and roll for choice. See you guys.